Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Disco Elysium Part 22, 23, 20, 20, 20, 20. That's a lot of parts. 20 parts. In the previous video, we did some important stuff. I talked to Everett. We learned about his plan to make the harbor kind of independent, aka have the harbor get invaded by a corporate army and everyone die. Then we got our gun back, and now we're going to send Kim away. Also, we learned about how to maybe talk to Lady on top of the roof. We established authority over Dude, but Kim wants to talk to us.
What was that?
You mean the sweating and fidgeting when I mentioned her name?
Yes.
And the sort of quivering jelly thing with the eye?
Yes.
'Tis art.
It's an art thing. You would understand.
Try me.
I think I know the woman.
The victim? Is there something I should know before we talk to her?
I mean, I don't know. We were just kind of like a little socially awkward that one time. I don't think it's that big a deal.
Whatever you do, don't say the first thing.
She knows I didn't remember being a cop,
Okay, that's manageable.
and I just met her in the hallway.
Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday.
That's it.
This is unprofessional. Not sharing information with me is unprofessional.
I mean, it's not... We don't got to tell you everybody we talked to before we met you, do we?
His opinion of you has lowered considerably.
What? Why? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I've never even had the option to tell him about Lady. And that's actually kind of pissing me off. That's so stupid. How are you gonna, like, penalize me for something I couldn't have, like, what, I was just supposed to not talk to the lady at the start of the game? It's actually a little annoying.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over.
All right.
Takes out a shiny black body bag and starts pulling the plastic over the dead man's face.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands. I'll take the legs.
Bag the corpse. All alone. I'm gonna put into... Give me... Wait 1 second. One second. Let me just reply to this. All right. I don't know. Give me a point of. I like. Give me. I like. Give me a rhetoric. Alrighty. I don't know. Maybe this is foolish, but let's go talk to Lady by ourselves, or attempt to. Granted, she may be asleep. And if she's asleep, we'll just probably go back to the fishing village.
The door is closed. There is no answer. It's nighttime, officer.
Okay, yeah, good point. Yeah, we can't go in there. We haven't paid our key, and we're not going to because Gart is an asshole who made fun of my singing even though it was full of soul. In a way, the failed version is a little better than the successful version. So I guess maybe the reason. So, 'cause I'm still not entirely sure. Because I mean, I played like 6 hours. I think is like how much like Steam had on my playtime when I originally played the game like a couple years ago. I guess like 3 years ago now. So it's maybe possible that I did just talk to the Hardy Boy guy day one, and I did go up there, or maybe I'm just remembering talking to the lady from the start of the game. I'm not sure. But yeah, maybe that's why I if that's what was needed, because you could talk to the Hardy guy day one. And so maybe I just passed that skill check, or maybe even if you fail the skill check, it'll still let you. I don't know, actually. All right, let's
The old woman still sits in her
Kinda
chair,
late.
continuing with her chores. As she does so, she quietly hums to herself. The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of the ocean waves at night.
You're still up.
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. It happens when you grow older. My suggestion is don't. Don't grow any older than you already are.
That's good
That's
advice.
old enough. What's troubling your mind?
Now, if you take it to the logical conclusion, you would shoot yourself in the head immediately, but, you know, I appreciate the sentiment.
It's getting cold, this late in the night. Time to call it a day.
Into the shack.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection
Oh.
in it. The expression fixed to your clean-shaven face. You're still not accustomed to it.
How's the poem get +4? You know what? Let's do it.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor
Damn
cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Nah, I'm a changed man.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see, it's like something snaps in you. A
Kim's gonna
nerve
be
ending,
so surprised.
a thought, a sadness. Your face in the mirror is suddenly clean of the layer that had distorted it for God knows how long. Just like that, it's over.
Oh god, we look
The running
awful
gag
now.
that your life had become. A sad old man looks back at you.
Bro, I wanted it back, actually.
The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Spinning, spinning, tell me, am I dreaming?
No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing disco of the mind. The flash, the bang, the endless learning experience.
Spinning an eternity.
On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars. Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth,
The plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The rain, the snow? I don't want to. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless keepsake.
Bro, the Tutti Frutti's gonna be important to solving the case. You just don't fucking know, okay?
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
I don't care about her. I'm building communism.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Well, the voice line and the text actually mean very different things. Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing,
have an
Harry.
alarm?
The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
And whose fault is that?
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go.
Open your eyes.
Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
What's going on?
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized.
Have you seen my shit recently? I've really gotten it together.
It's good that your personal business is in order, but we're talking about political matters of world historical import here. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism. But it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinaise underground. They live underground. These communists aren't men. They're mole people.
Okay, will they help me fire up Mazov's socialist sausage grinder? How am I supposed to find them if they're hiding?
Let your nose guide you, detective.
Ah, you must be my nose, as in my huge and highly functioning brain.
No, we meant your nose, as in that swollen muck detector in the center of your face. It just happens to be perfectly calibrated for sensing communists.
Ooh, commie smell.
We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction.
What does communism smell like?
Failure.
Okay, but what does failure smell like?
It's a smell you know all too well. Simultaneously repulsive and yet darkly appealing. Musty with a sharp tang, but also a remnant of lost sweetness. Like a rotting mango that's been swaddled in a coat from your grandfather's attic. What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix.
Hey, I took a bath once in this game.
People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinaise. But you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them.
Alright, let's get organized.
First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists.
What about
in
the murder?
Martinaise. When you get near to
that
someone
murder
with
thing?
revolutionary potential, your nose will give you the signal to establish contact.
Sniffer?
Again, no, it won't. Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic. You should begin by interrogating those lawless malcontents at the Dock Workers Union. They're an obvious place to start.
What will I do once I establish contact with my fellow communists?
You'll discuss the monumental world historical task that lies before you. You'll engage in rigorous and spirited debates about Mazovian theory and practice. But mostly, you'll probably complain about other communists.
Well, I mean, they did ruin communism. Isn't that last part kind of counterproductive?
Not at all. Complaining about other communists is one of the most important parts of being a communist.
Alright, let's get to it.
Here we go. Wake, brave worker. 'Tis no time for bed. Fight till there's no slaves below, and no masters o'erhead.
Or we get the country invaded again. Probably the latter.
On the table, you see a bowl of
Was
water,
shaving the
a
right
rough
call?
soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose,
Bro, our
unkempt
nose is
hair,
fine.
and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. Your face, such as it is, a regular human face, sans expression. An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the...
Alright, Kimmy boy. Prepare to be amazed. When did you get here so fast?
Yes?
Hold still a second, try and smell him.
The lieutenant's posture becomes rigid and uncomfortable as you lean forward and sniff the area just above his shoulder blade.
Come on, Comrade Kim.
He smells like a man.
Damn.
A perfectly normal man. Wait. There's something there. Something that sets your GABA receptors aflutter. The lieutenant's aftershave, a common drugstore brand. Strong hints of pine needle. Strange, you're not getting any strong ideological whiffs from the lieutenant.
Do you need something, detective?
I was wondering what brand of aftershave you use.
It's nothing fancy, just plain old Tiger Super Special. I do like the way it tingles though. It's the only part of shaving I actually look forward to.
Yeah, shaving sucks.
Was there something else you wish to discuss? Yes?
Oh, let's equip some stuff. Logic. Well, we have some glasses they give. Where these are logic glasses. Those are our minus logic glasses. Boom. Anything else that's giving minus? Okay, logic. That's logic. Kieran, did I look at this row? Wait. Super logical for a cop to wear this. Definitely.
Yes?
Alright, my brain is overflowing.
Look at you.
Oh, that's
It's
a little too close for
because you're a
comfort.
failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57.
What? No, that can't be right.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late and argues with his necktie. You weren't sent here to win.
What if my precinct sent me on this case because I'm a fuck up, like as a joke?
I've considered it.
So it's true.
It would be immensely ugly of them. not to mention unprofessional. But I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
Why's that? Because we're the greatest detective ever?
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
So you are their finest.
I am the finest of nothing.
You really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
He's right. There are no airtight theories, just paranoia. You've given it some thought. Now let it go.
Oh, yeah, also, I'm gonna sniff you again.
Yes?
The lieutenant is fastidious as a cat in matters of his personal upkeep. Wait. The lieutenants are, but
Okay.
what sort?
Do you need something, detective?
You're a mechanic.
I do like to hang around the motor pool every now and then, but that doesn't make me a mechanic.
Member of the working class, comrade.
Sort of like how hanging around the liquor store hasn't made you into a master distiller.
Yet.
That's a good point. It could happen any day now. Was there something else you wish to...
So the dreams of Comrade Kim have been thwarted. Let's put our super cool cap back on and our super cool party dragon robe. It's culturally insensitive, but only for people who are not from Seoul. The real Seoulites probably don't care. Yeah, probably shouldn't walk around with our gun out. Plus, it doesn't have any bullets. How close is our thought to being finished? Not even beginning to be close. The game's gonna be over before that's done. I don't know. Wanna go on a date?
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What's with you and the waves?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
Okay, suggestion 6. Bro, I think we can get that done, man. Boom. Already? Oh, okay. Maybe I do. Maybe this guy's a little fly looking. We have several things to give suggestion. I'm like becoming less and less sure the more I look. That's minus. Okay, I really thought we had more sources of suggestion. Well, fine. Maybe we won't be going on a damn date. It's fine. We're beyond such petty concerns anyway. Oh, let's go find the cryptozoologist. Light up for a second. Granted, he may not be here yet, because he was like right around here. Azut. Or was he maybe further over this way? I was remember we saw him, but oh yeah, there he is. Fat stacks. Immensely fat stacks.
That patch of reeds over there, it's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way, being so close to the water.
I can't see anything.
You don't have a reason to. Yet.
What's this about?
Nothing. Just a hunch. The
Maybe
hunch passes.
maybe some armored
leaving you
pants.
there by the old boy bobbing in the water. Time to go.
Yo, sweet glasses. What we got here?
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Even more bullet holes.
Correct. The density of the bullet holes is unusual. Even in a general, average bullet hole frequency in Martinez sense. Grim affairs. Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. Something you don't see these days.
Say nothing, just nod.
The lieutenant also nods. It is quite a scene. The two of you standing next to the broken wall of an abandoned building, nodding along.
Not even more.
The lieutenant is nodding so hard it looks like his head is about to snap off.
Don't stop
Isn't it?
nodding.
The lieutenant matches your nodding pace. He's a true professional at this. The nodding's reaching critical mass. You can't take this much longer, Captain.
Keep nodding, goddammit. Stay the
A
course.
small bead of sweat runs down the side of the lieutenant's face as he maintains his nodding.
One more nod.
As the lieutenant takes out her handkerchief and softly taps the sweat off his temple, a faint crack echoes through the coast. Abort! Abort! No. Shit! It's too late.
Oh shit, fuck hell.
Busted the neck, did you? Glad I stopped when I did. My neck was really starting to hurt. Don't worry, little man. Now, we should get going.
That's funny. I like Kim's characterization, where he's like, you know, kind of the boring cop, but he's also kind of fun. What am I looking for? Visual calculus. Boom. I really do wonder if there's like something I'm missing here that like would make this faster. Because this just seems like such a big oversight that I almost like I feel like I must be missing something. Like something like a mouse, because like I just should show everything that affects it. That you have.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the unable to piece together the big picture just now. There's a hole in their hypothesis.
Dumb.
The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth, smiling its deadly smile.
Fine. Dumb and stupid. Logic. Alright, let's go talk to old guy. Section of the coast hasn't been used in decades.
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
What up?
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Crypto-fascists?
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
Monsieur Morel.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
You don't seem happy to see the RCM.
Oh, no. It's all right. I'm just busy. What's this about?
Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage, but it's fine now. You can go back.
You broke the water lock with a motor carriage? There was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter.
No, that was me.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we're going.
Refastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind.
For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You could learn things from him.
How'd you become a cryptozoologist?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
He seems reluctant to talk about himself, but he'll open up if you prod a little.
So, you're living your childhood dream out here?
It's not child's play.
I mean,
just
like
because
that.
I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
You ever discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
How many cryptids have been found?
Of the list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemnee, which is 4,082 items long, about 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes.
That's less than half.
2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
Only 2 have proven to be real?
Yes, the Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Yugograd, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere. We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves, more so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
I don't know what to say. It's a small number of discoveries.
Do you know what the success rate in pharmacological research is? 0.00003% of bioreactive agents have reproducibly beneficial
I think you
effects.
missed a knot there.
Yet science persists in the search for medicine, as
Maybe you
we
didn't.
persist in our search for new species.
He has clearly done his math on this. There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
I mean, I don't really want to sway his opinion. I think he's doing dope shit.
Yes?
Tell me about this phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
So why are you so interested in the stick bug? Doesn't seem as colorful as some of the other cryptids.
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for.
Yeah, but you could be looking for the damn kraken.
Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses,
but the
find out
kraken.
how it stayed hidden so long.
How big it?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
What makes it so difficult to find?
good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
What sort of specialized techniques we talking about?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow
We
it
got
to
those.
interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen.
Yes, It makes perfect sense. You're beginning to suspect there's something paranormal about this phasmid.
What have you discovered so far?
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So no one's ever found one.
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Yeah, true.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
Okay. He says it so brusquely that even he seems taken aback by it.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
What would it be like to grasp and hold onto something you think is next to you, or just behind you, like a trace of vapor you exhaled one spring morning as a child? This is what he's searching for. A spectre.
Lena said there'd been a sighting here in Martinez.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinez specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe it died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
I mean, if it's that resilient, wouldn't there be a bunch of them? I know what parthenogenesis is. When it's a fucking, like, birth without insemination or whatever. Like a virgin birth, kind of. Got it.
Parthenogenesis, meaning the females don't need males to reproduce, makes it easier for a species to survive in adverse conditions.
It's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena made the traps?
Yes.
More than some, he admires this about her.
How do they work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What you using as bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
It makes sense. A lot of herbivores are, you know, opportunistic carnivores.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
A carnivorous stick insect seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
Not a big fan of skepticism, this one.
What will you do if the traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Okay.
Yes. What?
Alright, Lena wants you to come back.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
He looks south where Lena would be.
Come on, Morel. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Won't let Lena down. Sounds like the cryptozoologist's wife shares a special connection to the Phasmid somehow.
I didn't know this Phasmid was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
Really? She didn't tell me that.
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Needless to say, you must ask her about the mysterious Phasmid.
Got it.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian Phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Well, you know, if you die, you die. I understand. I don't like giving up on things either.
Good. A good quality to have. Both for a police officer and an experimental zoologist.
A cryptozoologist.
I could go for some trap setting.
What if we check the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
I'm all in with this cryptid shit. I'm hooked.
Caught the bug, I see. It's easier to get caught up in the search than you'd imagine.
Hey, what do I do if there's a Phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
And if I encounter it in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me. Thick. He douses you with an odd-smelling spray, double helping as you present your other armpit. Gives you a satisfied nod. Your skin starts to melt off your flesh.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
I mean, they probably make Kim buy his own bullets. Where are the traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them, you should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
Let's get to it.
Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. But what if the information is vital? On the hunt.
Well,
Right? What cryptids
we'll see what's here.
precisely?
But frankly,
I
I'm kind of like ready
usually
to
discuss these things
get
with
on with it.
specialists, so I don't know what.
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it. Since you've offered to help, you need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena or his friend Gary. He won't just talk.
Tell me about the gnome of Jeroma.
Formerly the most dangerous, yes. But do you know the most dangerous living cryptid?
Man.
He doesn't want to make it feel like you knowing it is some big deal.
Living? No.
The most dangerous cryptid is a carnivorous ruminant, known colloquially as the dread moose.
The dread moose?
Yes, the dread moose subsists entirely on flesh. It has even been known to dig up fresh graves in search of sustenance.
Does it also attack people?
Human remains have been found deep in the forest, torn apart, then trampled into the mulch by large hooves. Infer from that what you will.
What does the dread moose look like?
Just like an ordinary Arden moose.
How can I tell if it's the ordinary or the dread kind?
You can't. That's what makes it so dreadful and hard to identify.
A moose that looks like any other moose. What's going on here? He's kidding, right?
I am 100% behind the dread moose. I utterly believe it exists.
Of course you do.
The bodies found in the forest are just one piece of physical evidence. There's more. Sightings in Vasa, reaching back 4 centuries. But, of course, nothing satiates the skepticism of.
A detective. Pardon me, I did not wish to seek conflict. It's simply my training to question things.
It's my training to accept things uncritically.
Understood, Lieutenant.
Alright, see ya.
By all means.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer.
You don't sound sincere, I want to shoot you.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook.
Lucky I don't got my damn bullets.
Yellow man. Interesting. This is something to ask him about, after a little probing first.
Well, what's there to ask? He's, you know, a racist, and it says he's a fascist, so...
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Yep, more of a city boy, too.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Degenerates. This man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
I am neither of those things, I can assure you. I'm by the books, clean as a whistle officer of the law, and I am tempted to touch intoxicants.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
Revacol?
He pronounces Revacol with a hard K, unlike other people. Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is.
Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
I can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes.
I may have had a similar looking mug in the past. That's all.
You like the kind of man who knows it's a crime to lie to an officer?
Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
God, you're such a loser.
You're not going to find me, are you?
20 real.
Okay, I deserve that. And I won't do it again. You have my word. I don't know what got into me. Stuffing my garbage in another man's property, I've been having trouble at work lately. The Koikos are price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing.
He said that.
Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
How'd you get into that trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services. CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get in everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
You have. God, you're such a fucking loser.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Did you put the clothes of a murder victim in the trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Hey, then what happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags, because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing.
What's that strange sound?
What sound?
Don't mess with me. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here
I'm
in
gonna
the
strangle
weeds,
you.
though.
I'm gonna strangle you for your
Insects,
pants.
Trash. Could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby. What? Really? There's lots of weird stuff out. I hope I can help your investigation.
Oh, sure.
In my small way.
You were surprised to see my colleague?
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense.
Lieutenant
truly.
is a native of Revachol?
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
Hosier legendary. Hosier. Hosier. We're gonna be so fucking composed. You don't even know how composed I am. That was a +2 because our boots gave minus composure. Oh, my ass is so composed. Actually, we shouldn't have done that. We should have done the skill check, then put the
Always
point
a
in.
pleasure. I mean, officer.
It's okay, because I'm just gonna roll high.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Something worn underneath it?
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
So you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
Okay, just give it to me.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth.
Give it to me.
This shame is surprisingly
Give it to
sincere.
me.
Gary, what's going on?
He's giving me armor.
Later, Morale. I've got apologizing to do.
No, you've got explaining to do.
Okay. Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have...
I'll forgive everything if you give me the fucking armor.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire. He's not trying to flatter anyone.
Give it
It's
to
okay.
me.
It was a loose end, and you are tying
Give
it
it
up
to
now.
me.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly. It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Give me the armor.
He sighs again,
Let's
hangs his
go.
head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass
we're
that
gonna be
matches the
fucking
dead man's boots
invincible.
comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
We're done here, Gary.
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
Let's... I mean, it's really not that good, but... Flip it. There we go. Put our boots back on. Bro, we are fucking kitted. Thicker skin, borrowed confidence. Enamel cuirass fits snugly and redistributes kinetic energy across its countless white plates. Yeah, so we can never die now. Unless they shoot us in the head. Or our legs. Relatively vulnerable spots. Now I think about it. Alright, so we're at 55 minutes already. Wow. I guess we'll call it here. We'll look at the traps. After that, we'll head back to the Whirling, talk to Chickadee, and do some other stuff from there. I'm Actor Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.